Hey everybody, Soseki is complaining and also posing for the press. Okay, that's great, Soseki. So we're gonna forget about that and focus on the testimony. They went on an impromptu trip to the beach. So these two went to the beach along with the defendant, Ray, and the victim. The victim was murdered at the beach. So let's see what they have to say. He was... what? A crab? That's strange. I ran to the beach, where I found the pair in question. Yes, the young girl was astride the Englishwoman, dagger in hand, as she stabbed wildly. I saw the blood on the blade. It proved to me she stabbed the victim multiple times. It seems kind of grim, but it also seems a little inaccurate. So the post-mortem report says single stab wound. Single stab wound. I think we found a contradiction between the testimony and the evidence. So let's present the evidence at this testimony, point out the contradiction. And what is this thing? It's a pen. Why are you presenting a pen? The victim was holding a pen in her hand. Why? And how does this pen prove the culprit's identity? Okay, clearly holding a pen, and there's some sort of wine glass right next to her, I see. I also find it interesting, that picture of the crime scene. Gonna take a look at this crime scene. So, is that an exit there in the back, or is that a solid wall? Because the culprit obviously attacked her from behind. So it looks like she was just sitting here drinking when the culprit stabbed her, causing her to fall forward, die, knock over her wine glass, and drop her thing. She still was holding her pen. Well, where did the wine glass come from? Because her hand is holding a pen, right? So she doesn't have, like, a third hand, so she couldn't have been holding the wine glass and the pen and the mask. That's confusing. But that's not what everybody's talking about. People are talking about the initials on the pen. It's very sunny today, the perfect weather to call someone guilty. Yes, and Prosecutor Auche is now very confident. Come on, Susato. There are nobody else. Nobody else here named Naruhodo is in your courtroom, Your Honor. Okay, we've seen this many, many times before throughout many Ace Attorney games. We just need to find contradictions in the testimony. I've already explained the contradiction I think I have found, so let's get to it. So, statement number 4, right? It might be... Yeah, no, it might actually be this statement. Statement number 5 about multiple times. I think I'll present the post-mortem report at statement number 5.
Objection!
Because that specifically mentions multiple stabs. It's a lot of fun to shout the word objection out loud and strike a menacing pose. Not you, Soseki. We're asking Hosonaga. Yeah, why was Rei holding a bloody knife? That seems like a bad idea for Rei. Like, she comes across a crime scene and decides to pick up the murder weapon? Oh. So, the victim was only stabbed one time. How do you explain this inconsistency, Detective? Inspector Hosonaga? And Soseki, you saw her stabbing the victim. So they already, I mean, they saw blood on the knife already, yes? Therefore, when they saw blood on the knife, the murder had already occurred. Come on, Your Honor. Don't insult me. We're making a good point. They did not see the moment of the murder. They saw the moment after the murder.
Objection!
Uh-oh. Uchi's also got some objections. Yeah, this takes me back. Yes, I remember your cousin had a scene like this 9 months ago. Half-witted child, half-baked objection, trying to steal the show. Yeah, half-witted. Come on, he won that trial. What do you mean it doesn't make a difference? It's kind of important if they didn't see her commit murder, right? Yes, the mustached author is prone to moments of extravagance. Yeah, and he's shaking kind of badly. And you know what? Who cares if that's all I've proven? It's good that I have proven that the witnesses are unreliable and exaggerate. But the judge makes a good point. The fact that the defendant was holding a weapon is grounds for suspicion. I'm going to claim she's just a helpful person who is only withdrawing the blade. Yeah, it better be a good explanation. Why did Rei pull out the knife? Can we just ask her? I think we could ask her. She's right here. Okay, let's make a plausible explanation. So you see those things in the upper right-hand corner. those are strikes. It looks like we get 5 chances to answer the question. If we get it wrong, one of them is taken away. So I'm guessing that Ray was trying to save the victim's life. Death was not instant, so she would have been alive for quite some time. Okay, so that explains the contradiction with the evidence. That's how she was able to drop the wine glass and pick up the pen as evidence, yes. Doesn't look like anybody liked my explanation. Oh well. Okay, Hosonaga's gonna testify again. Wow, testify as to why I am specifically incorrect. Wow. I don't know, like, if somebody has a deadly weapon in their body, it does make sense to take the weapon away. I mean, calling a doctor first is probably something that would make more sense. But if the doctor was trying to perform surgery to save her life, the doctor would remove the murder weapon. Yes, pulling out a blade. If you do it incorrectly, it causes heavy bleeding. It would make more sense to pull out the blade and then immediately put, like, heavy cloth or something to stop the flow of bleeding. And it looks like Hosonaga's just gonna start talking about the motive, which has nothing to do with the conversation at hand, Hosonaga. Dude, how many times have you stabbed someone, Ayuchi? How often have you stabbed someone? So, are they really telling the truth? Is this really good medical advice? Am I getting great medical advice from a video game? So Ray would have known this. So then why would she have pulled out the knife? Too bad we can't ask her. I thought she was standing right here. That's one thing I don't like about some of these Ace Attorney games. It's like, we could just ask Ray. She's standing right here. Let's do it. Instead, we're going to have a couple of puzzles to figure out what's going on. So let's see if we can figure it out. Let's see if we can solve the puzzle. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is a high-stakes cross-examination. Pulling a blade from a wound without thinking.
Hold it!
Like, maybe she was panicked because she saw a dead body. That's a plausible explanation. Okay, you already talked about the stopper. Thanks for the thorough explanation. When you act without thinking, the result is a bloodbath. That's a clever line. So with the testimony, I could basically press every single statement, just press the L button, and we get a little conversation about that particular piece of testimony. That's what pressing testimony is like in this game. What if I argue my defendant is pretty senseless? I'd rather think of her as an idiot than a murderer. Oh, geez, look at the judge and his giant hands. Oh, man. This is really basic medical knowledge. Come on. In other words, no good reason she would have tried to pull that knife out. Yeah, what if she was just very shocked? I don't really think that's a good explanation. She's a medical research assistant. Ooh, ouch. Really? You're gonna be all sexist there? Okay, it looks like we finished talking about the medical side of the argument. So let's check the other two statements. Alrighty. I'm not sure we have any real evidence here that reflects these things. Yeah, I'm still wondering about this extreme meiosis in the victim's eyes. Yeah. Well, let's press these two statements and see if we get anything. Sometimes pressing a statement will give us a good conversation and open a new pathway to explore.
Objection!
And then sometimes pressing a statement just gets you yelled at. Everybody insults you. Oh, but wait, what's this? We're getting a new statement added to testimony? Maybe that wasn't a waste of time because we've got a new statement. Did we? I don't see any new statement. That looks the exact same as it was before. And yeah, there we go. I pressed every single statement of the testimony, but I was not able to find any cracks in the testimony. Just can't think of any way to explain why she did it. Evidence is what counts. Yeah, I went through the evidence, didn't see anything. Can examine the evidence in greater detail. Right, examine evidence. Okay. Okay.